to Millwood Outdoors. I'm Jeff, and thanks for stopping by today. In today's video, me and my lovely wife Cindy are going to be taking a UTV ride. We're going to start out in Townsend, Wisconsin, and head north through Carter, Wabeno, and finally Laona, and then turn around and head back. So we'll be taking the Nicolet State Trail, which that's the official name. For you snowmobilers, you may know it as Corridor 7, and for others, we just refer to it as the railroad grade. So let's get going. So I tracked today's ride in Polaris Ride Command. This map indicates the outbound leg of today's trip. The arrow in red is pointing towards Townsend, Wisconsin, and the green arrow is pointing towards Laona. And that blue line in between the two, that is the route we followed on the Nicolet State Trail to go from Townsend to Laona. Once we got to Laona, we stopped at the Shell station on the corner of State 32 and US Highway 8 for a bathroom and beverage stop. After we left there, we kind of circled around and looked at Laona Machine Supply, which is behind the Shell station. They have a lot of equipment there. They have Toro, Steel, Husqvarna, and they also have a lot of chainsaw supplies, Oregon chain, harvester bars and chains. I've heard a lot of good things, and one of these days I got to get over there. But we were too late. They closed at noon on Saturday, and we were there well past noon. This map shows the leg from Laona back to Wabeno. So the red arrow indicates Laona, and the green arrow indicates Wabeno, and that blue line in between is the Nicolet State Trail route that we followed back to Wabeno. If you look real close on the map, you'll see that by Wabeno, it mentions Soperton. And that kind of threw me a little bit because I didn't know what Soperton was. And so it looks like it's an unincorporated community within the town of Wabeno, which I didn't realize that you could have an unincorporated community within a town. So that was interesting to me. It said that a post office called Soperton, this is out of Wikipedia, was established in 1905 and remained in operation until it was discontinued in 1956. The community was named after the Soper Lumber Company, which operated in the area. So that was pretty interesting. Again, I didn't know you could have an unincorporated community within a town. So that's Soperton. Another bit of Soperton trivia. Soperton was the home to Waylon Herman Becker. He played in the National Football League for 6 seasons. He attended East High School in Green Bay, Wisconsin, and he led his football team to the Fox River Valley Conference Championships in 1928 and 1929. And he actually played for George Hale's Chicago Bears in 1934. And then before, he just played 2 games, and then he completed the 1934 season with the Brooklyn Dodgers. And I had to look that up because I thought the Brooklyn Dodgers were a baseball team, but back then they were actually a football team. And he stayed there through the 1935 season. And then in 1936 he went to the Green Bay Packers, and he spent the next 3 seasons there. And it says that the Packer teams played in the NFL championship game twice during his tenure, winning in 1936 and losing in 1938. So all that from the little town of Soperton, Wisconsin. I took a little detour to drive around Kippy's Bar and Grill. I couldn't remember if I had been in there before, and I thought if I drove around the building, maybe it would jog my memory. And then after that, just before we get on the trail, I just pulled off and got a camera shot of that trail groomer. So it's a John Deere tractor, and then it has a groomer behind it, just specifically made for grooming UTV trails. For the return from Laona back to Townsend, I'm just going to catch the highlights here rather than showing the whole trail like we did on the way out, just to keep it the video a little bit shorter and avoid repetition. No, Armstrong Creek is a town.
Oh.
I don't necessarily want to head that way, but I just want to read the sign. I'm stopping and backing up here. I want to take a look at this trail. So it's an unmanaged trail, and it actually has the intersection number of 29B. And this goes to the east off the railroad grade. And this looks like something that I think we're going to want to take at some point, maybe in a future trip. We're going to have to look at that on the map over lunch. Here's the map, and intersection 29B, there's a red arrow pointing to that. So you can see it goes to the east, and it's pretty much just halfway in between Laona and Wabeno. Well, we made it to Wabeno, and so we're stopping off for lunch, and we had a great lunch at the Wildcat Den before starting the final leg from Wabeno back to Townsend. So this is the map showing the last leg of today's trip. The red arrow is pointing to Wabeno, where we're leaving the Wildcat Den. And then the green arrow is back in Townsend, where we finished the day up at the Lake House Winery. And the blue line in between the two, that indicates the route on the Nicolet State Trail or the railroad grade. So we had a great time today. The weather was good. The temperature was nice. It was a little dusty, but not too bad. Some dust is to be expected when you're out UTV riding. The Can-Am Commander worked great. We had a good lunch at the Wolf's Den in Laona. And we ended the day at the Lake House Winery in Townsend. So all in all, it was a pretty fun time. So if you like this kind of content, like and subscribe down at the bottom. And thanks for watching, and spend some time outdoors.